Welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. This is the evening of Tuesday, December 29th. It's here in Central Ohio in the U.S. I'm getting ready to run a report. This is my Wednesday report for the country of Sweden. For you folks in Sweden, I appreciate every single one of you 25 people, guys and gals who watched this video last time it was posted on what's Monday morning. Uh, Although I do have a small favor to ask you. That's if you not only watch the video, but you click the like button and you click the share button and share this video with some of your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, your coworkers. Share it on your Facebook accounts, share it on your Twitter accounts, share it on your Instagram account, whatever social media accounts you subscribe to. I need you to post a link to this video on that report. Okay. By the way, this is what we call in the U.S. It's called a caribou. It could be a reindeer also, maybe it's called a caribou gin in the U.S. So let's go and let's take a look at the data here. The data, by the way, is coming from Our World in Data / Johns Hopkins University. So let's just load our libraries. Load some data. Let's do our initial plots, daily cases, daily deaths. Here's sort of the straight basic plot. Doesn't really tell us a whole lot because of the volatility. I'm not sure why we got so much more volatility here than we did down here, but we do. If we take a look at a 14-day moving average, a bar plot, if you will, you can see that according to this, there may be some decline here in cases in Sweden. There is this possibility. Okay. Take a look at deaths. Now here's a basic death pattern. Deaths are continuing to climb. I'm not quite sure why seems to be a greater spike over here, but again, this is actually a 14-day moving average also? Yes. This is also a 14-day moving average. Okay. But even so, there does appear to be some decline here in deaths. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Let's take a look at the last days here. New cases and new deaths, what we're interested in. So let's come all the way down to the bottom here. Okay. Well, for some reason, you are showing uh, no deaths for these weeks in here. Which I think for me, well, this is the 25th, 26th, 27th. So basically, you didn't, whatever reason you didn't try. Well, you seem to skip a lot of days. Are these weekdays, weekend days? 19th, 20th, and 21st. Okay. Well, that when you decide to skip weekends, that does present a problem because it means the numbers on the day after the weekend are going to be spiked because you're adding Saturday and Sunday's numbers uh, into Monday's numbers, and that's where the problem comes in, which is part of the reason we use a 14-day moving average so we can get that. So that explains the spikes are the weekdays or the weekend days. The spikes up must be the Monday days. The spike down must be the Saturday, Sunday, Monday days. Okay, so the 14-day moving average, this gives us a better picture because it cuts through the volatility of the weekend cycle and shows that right now you're averaging about, for the previous 14 days, you're averaging about, say, 60 deaths on average for the previous 14 days. Let's take a look at the okay, so what you can see here now, also the monthly totals also take care of those weekend days, okay? Because this weekday ends on Saturday. It runs Sunday to Saturday, okay? So you can see so far this week, there's a reasonable chance this week will finish below, maybe below these two numbers here, below the previous 2 weeks. Deaths, if there's a glimmer of hope, you still haven't caught these numbers back in here. There's also a chance that, well, this week's deaths may be below these 3 weeks here with any luck. Let's take a look at some monthly numbers now. Okay, so, of course, the bad news is that December's cases are the highest cases so far in Sweden for any month in Sweden. Slightly better news. At this point, it looks like December's deaths, a couple of days ago, is also going to be the second most deaths so far for a single month. Now let's compare Sweden to other countries' case of death for countries of a similar population. In this case, we're looking at countries 9 to 12 with a population of 9 to 12 million. So these include Belgium, Czechia, Greece, Sweden, Hungary, and Austria. So let's calculate these numbers here. Run this down here. So what we can see here is, as far as cases, Sweden's in second place so far. Okay, but for the most cases, approaching 55,000 cases, is enough to put you in fourth place. Now we break the cases out by country. So now we can do a visual comparison of how Sweden's doing. These are sorted in alphabetical order, by the way. It appears like, Greece has had several spikes. It's remaining high. Belgium, Austria, I forgot cases. Okay, here's cases. I'm sorry. You can see Sweden's cases. Well, you see your cases spiked up above. Notice also that that each x-axis, each y-axis label is scaled to the individual country's data. So you can see this is from 0 to 15,000. This is from 0 to 5,000. Okay, so you now get a direct comparison. But you can look at the shape of the data, and you can see that Sweden overall is probably behind most of these other countries in terms of total cases and deaths. Now here, of course, is the deaths. Okay, Greece has continued to struggle, so cases remain relatively high. Deaths are high, and it remain high in Greece. Belgium's dropped down somewhat, about 160 to down to about 100. Yes, while Sweden's does appear to drop down below almost zero, which probably isn't right because part of this is going to be the weekend numbers. Okay, so let's run this from the top one more time. Make sure we didn't miss anything, so we can summarize the data here. So this doesn't look particularly good. The volatility, of course, is the problem. You can see the trouble here again is we got those months included in these totals, but this is a 14-day moving average. Okay. Let's just try something a little funky here, shall we? Let's come back up here. So let's come up here. What happens if we do this now? Okay, so this gives us another way to look at this data here. Okay, and what the heck? Let's just do the same thing down here, shall we? Now, what's wrong here? Not really sure why this one doesn't work, but so we'll just get rid of it for the time being. Okay, there we go. Incomplete expression. There. So let's try it again. Not sure why that's not working. So let's get rid of it. Now let's run it from the top one more time. Okay. So the different colors of the plot here indicate the number of deaths. So you can see that means the brightest color up here is over 6,000 deaths, which makes perfectly good sense. Once again, this is interesting because it shows. Well, what it does is, okay, the reason this number is lower is because this is a 14-day moving average. This number actually is about 75 or 80. So in that sense, this is quite good. Uh, but again, this downward trend here, unfortunately, can be due to to the to the numbers not being recorded on Saturday, Sunday, even Monday for the holidays. This number here looks like it's going to finish. Looks like cases should finish below the previous 2 weeks. And you can see the same thing with deaths. There's a good chance that deaths may finish below these 3 weeks here. But unfortunately, monthly cases, December is the highest number of cases so far. And it's going to be the second most deaths so far. Once again, in terms of cases, Sweden is rated uh, second most cases for EU countries population 9 to 12 million. We discussed this briefly. This breaks out the cases by day for each country, and this breaks out the cases by day, deaths by day for each country. Okay. So that concludes the report again for Sweden for December 29, 2020. I realize this is probably December 30th in Sweden. Once again, I want to thank all 25 of you faithful viewers of this video each week. But I want to ask again, for you to click the share button and also click the like button. Take this video, share it with all your friends, your family, your coworkers. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, whatever social media account. I need you to step up now and share this video on those social media platforms. Okay. Again, thanks so much for all 25 of you, and we'll catch you probably on January 1st with the year-end report. Okay.